Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for coming back as always. Huge massive thank you for the support, I really do appreciate it. So coming back again with the current members free gift, which is from our Gnome to yours, and I'm coming back with the purple gnomes today, which is the Merry and Bright. And you can see you've got 4 lovely toppers on here, 3 sentiments and this beautiful present border. You've got inserts, which 2 of, I got the deluxe kit, I forget to say that sometimes, which means you get the kit, the inserts, the little book and some adorable scoreable. I've got, so this is the printed one with the image of the gnome on the polar bear, that should be an animal. Then you've got the foiled cardstock with the beautiful little snowflakes on. And then you've got the printed papers. This comes in the insert pack, which is the purple sort of snowflake and stars and the presents and poinsettia. Don't know if I'm going to use that papers yet, but definitely going to be using the other bits and pieces today. And just trying to decide which I want to use first. I think we'll use the foiled cardstock. So I thought for my first card, what I'm going to do is do an easel card. So let's bring some 12 by 6 cardstock. This is 300 GSM, and I'm going to score at 3 and at 6. And then we can pop that out the way. We don't need that again. And I'm going to bring in my little burnisher there. Burnish these down nice and flat. Just making sure that I'm keeping that cardstock square. And that is what we've ended up with. Okay, so I'm going to make a proper easel, so I am going to put a piece of cardstock on top of that to make it a 6 by 6. Which does make it a thicker card. So if you're thinking about posting this, especially you guys in the States as well, you know, might be more expensive for you to post, but I'm not 100% sure on the way they charge it over there. But I know you do have to pay more for certain bits and pieces, don't you? So this is a piece that's 6 by 6, and that is going to be stuck on like so. So it will come above, but then when it's closed, the card will still fold flat and go in a 6 by 6 envelope. Okay. So I'm going to bring in some gold Merry card because the foiling is gold. And I need to decorate the base here, which is 6 by 6, and then I've got this second 6 by 6 piece here as well. So I'm going to take 2 notches off the 6 on both of these. So that's 1 for the top. Bottom. And if you wanted to make it as like a half easel, so not doing this piece here and just mounting and layering onto this piece here, having your topper coming up above it maybe, then you just need to do a piece that's 3 by 6. Okay, so for the top piece I'm going to be using some of this foiled, so I'm going to cut a piece that's going to be 5 3/4. Let's see if I do it to 5 3/4 there, where does that come to? Right, so I don't want quite as much of that border, so I'm going to take an inch off that. I'll save that, we might need that another time. I just think it's going to give a slightly better proportion to the actual cardstock itself, rather than having most of it be that corner. Okay, and then for the base I need to swap trimmer for guillotine. Oops. And I'm going to bring in one of those inserts. cut this to 5 3/4. If you didn't want to use your insert, you could, if you've got that big pack like I did, you could use one of your papers instead. Now that is going to go onto our base. Okay, so let's pop those out of the way and we can start to assemble. So let's bring my card in. I think the first thing I need to do is to pop this piece on. So the glues I'm going to be using the usual ones for me, Clow All Purpose in the clear and Clow Tacky in the small white one. I use a combination of glues, which is what I find works for me. So for this piece to stick on here, I just need to glue this half here. Now if you do make a mistake like the first time I made an easel card and glue the back as well, what will happen is you'll just have a normal card because it will stick flat. I say you'll have a normal card, but you'll have a normal card that's extra thick. Okay, so what you want is to glue that on so that cleanly comes up to that point there, so it looks like you've got that sort of weird J. If I put it that way, it'll be J. Very fancy. Okay, I'm just checking I've got that quite flush, and the beauty of those glues that I'm using is that it does give you a little bit of wiggle room time to adjust those. Okay, let's pop that out of the way. I'm going to bring in this one. So for the insert paper, because it's paper, I don't use the tacky glue because it's got that water content in it. It's fine with the all-purpose, but I just use the dotty tape pen on the corners just to hold it in place while I'm moving on with my card. It just means that I don't have to worry that that's moving while I'm doing something else, and then I come back and it's glued on the wonk. If it's glued on the wonk, I want it to be because I've glued it on the wonk on purpose. It's not always the way. I'm sure you're the same. Okay, so a little bit of tacky glue in those corners, and then that one goes onto there. Okay, just manoeuvring that into place. Okay, so let's grab the toppers while they are just setting. And what I'm also going to do is take this lovely foiled border out because we'll use this as our stopper. I'm going to have to use the one on the bear because we've got that insert showing through, so we'll keep the theme going. Although I guess you could always go with one of the other ones if you wanted to. But I'm going to have it because obviously they're going to be going different ways anyway, so it's not really going to interfere too much. And then I think we'll go with the sentiment that seems to be for this one because it's got the bear on the corner as well. And this is Yuletide Wishes. And that's big enough to be a stopper on its own account if you didn't want to use the border or if you've used that somewhere else. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is just, because these have had quite big pips on, just going to run my knife along, hopefully just cut those nice and cleanly, and then again on the inside. Oops, let's try and stay on the line. There we go. And then hopefully these should just pop out now. Yep. Again, like usual, I'm not sure how I'm going to have these toppers yet, but we will see once we get to that sort of stage. Right, let's pop those out of the way and let's do some more assembly. So, because we're now going on to the back of that gold mirror card, I can go back to my normal glues. Just put a nice amount of all-purpose on. A bit of tack in the corners just to glue that down nice and quick, and then we can pop our little piece in. Just checking it's nice and straight, it seems to be. And then again with this one, same thing, nice amount of all-purpose, tacky in the corners, and I think I'm going to have it going to the left side, but I mean you can have it any way up you want really, but I think it kind of makes sense to me to be going this way around, so that is where I am at. So give that a good press down, and now we've got a card that's beginning to look like this. Okay, so let's see how we want these to be. Do we want them to be straight? We could just purely go like so, a couple of gems, maybe our Yuletide wishes at the bottom maybe. There's one idea. Or we could go a little bit on the wonk, maybe take that one as well. So that'll be nice and straight. Then have that one there. That can come across the bottom. It could go on the wonk. Pop it. No, it gets lost up there. So I think, if anything, I would probably go at the same angle across there. There's another idea. Let's just try one more thing, and I'll decide which one I want. Oops! Come on, out you come. So. Could have no, I'm going with the one on the wonk. So what I'm going to do is just take my tacky glue, and I'm just going to glue along the top and the bottom there. I'm just checking this because there seems to be a little bit of floral, and I think it looks better to the left of my eye, but I think you could probably have it to either. And what I'm going to do is just pop that underneath nice and straight. Okay, so then we've got this piece that's like this. And I think what I'm going to do is just put some tacky glue on the back of these. I know there is a slight difference in height, but it will glue down quite nicely, so I'm just going to have that nice and flat. Okay. That going across like so. Okay, and then for this piece here, let's use some of these, the last of these 2mm foam pads. And what I'm going to do is stay away from those edges, because obviously there will be a little bit raised there. So if I just put my pads in the middle, it's not going to sort of go on a bit of a wonk, if you know what I mean. So let's see. So I can just slip that over, and that's going to go in there quite nicely. So it's going to be quite a quick card. Okay, that's nice. There we go. A little bit of tacky glue just to give me that little bit of wiggle room time. And then all I need to do is just line that up with the side and the bottom. And then we've got our piece going in there. I think again for this one we'll go 2mm just to match that topper. And these are the fix-it ones. think there are some more hunky-dory ones floating around here somewhere. I'll probably find them for the next card. It's usually what happens. I'm wondering if I've got any purple gems. Okay, and then we're popping this one across like so. Okay, so all on one. This would look great on one of those twisted easels as well. I didn't think about that, but never mind. Okay, let me just quickly rustle here with some gems. So I've got those purple sparkly ones. I think they've come out of a Crafter's Companion kit. Or I've got, these ones are too small, I think. Okay, we'll go with the gems. Nice quick decision today. So let's pop 3 little ones down here. Oops. And then I'm going to pop another little one there and a medium one there. Okay, so that's all I'm doing with gems for there. So now we just need to make our little stopper. Now what I do need to do is quickly just bring in the guillotine and just tidy up the ends. Sorry if the match just moved. Has a little bit, hasn't it? There we go. And then this needs to go to 5 3/4. That little bit's not going to be good enough for anything, so let's pop that away. And then again, I'm going to come with this at 2mm. So this is going to need quite a chunky envelope because the total height on it is going to be just over 4mm. So I'd say at least ½ centimetre. Probably about 1/4 of an inch, maybe even. For you guys, a bit prefer your inches. There we go. So let's pop those off from there. There we go. Make sure I've got my presents up the right way. And I'm going to have to put this across his nose, I think. Come across his little beautiful face. There he goes. And I'm not putting any gems on the bottom bit because I'm leaving that space for people to write. Oops. And if I get that up the right way there, that is going to be our first card. Okay, so I'm just going to get set up for card number 2. Okay, so for card number 2, I'm going to go with a 5x7 10th fold card. So this is one that I've cut down from an 8x8 because I'm not going to use the 8x8s, and I just want to try and use them in whatever way I can rather than get, you know, just throw them away. So I need to pop that arm out. There we go. And I've got the gold Miri card, but I've got the A4 version because you're going to need it because of the length, with it being 7 inches. So I'm going to go 2 notches under the 5 and 2 notches under the 7. And then I'm going to bring that same foiled piece back in, and I'm thinking, yeah, so I'm going to go to the 4 3/4, and I'm going to take that off that side. So again, brought down the size of that that triangle, and then when I cut this bottom piece off here, it's going to be quite nicely proportioned there in the corner, I think. I don't think I need that again, so let's pop that down. Okay, so the first thing I want to do before I forget is corner round these. So do I want to do it at the top and the bottom? No, I think I'll just do it at the bottom. And I'm just using this little Hunky-Dory one, which I think gives quite a nice, cute little corner. But any corner rounder will do. You might even have some of the old Martha Stewart corners, anything like that. Look nice. I have got a few. Okay, so let's go ahead and pop this on using the same glues again, that all-purpose and the tacky in the corners. Nice, and you can see it just sneaks in there quite nicely. Very good, press down, make sure it makes a nice contact. And then I'm going to want my scissors and some, sorry, it's a little spellbinder sentiment, some scissors and some red liner tape. And what I want to do is this sort of woody bit here, I'm going to change that up with a bit of ribbon. So I'm hoping that I'll put the tape there and there, it should be round about in the right place. And if you didn't want to go with the purple, you could go with the blues. Quite a lot of blue on this one as well. Alright, so this is that fine satin ribbon that I've got. Well, now behave yourself. Okay, let's just pop that on there a second. And then, like I said before, I'm just going to come over that little brown woody bit. And I want to hide that with my ribbon. So I might have to move that bottom bit just a tad. So, and nice at the top there. So the trouble is you're coming at an angle, so it wants to go a different way. You have to really sort of convince it of the way it needs to go. So just get rid of those little bits there. A little bit of tacky glue underneath and on the top, just to make sure that stays down and doesn't fray. And then I can come in with my normal glues. And the all-purpose glue, I got a really good, sorry, that's my computer, a really good price for, I think it's a litre. I'll show you the bottle in a second, it's huge, from Pink Frog. Really fast delivery as well. I think it was about £18, but obviously it's the biggest bottle you can, well, there is a bigger bottle, yeah, 1000 millilitres. And it does go into these bottles quite easily. You think the nozzle will be too big, but it's not. And I have been sort of successfully filling it up without too many problems. But I think it was, yeah, I think it was about £18, but you know, it is a huge bottle. So I think I'm going to come with our little one. Oh, look at him, he's making a little snowman. So cute. And I've chosen the purple today because that's Anthony's favourite colour, so I do like to sort of think about my family at the same time, you know, even though they're not here. I like to give them a good mention every now and then. I don't know if I want to go in the middle with that one. Let's have a look. Or whether we want to add something else in. We're going to have our little gems, which are going to come in, I think, go to those mid ones. think it's going to be okay. I mean, we've got that ribbon. I can put a little bow on as well. I've got the ribbon to do the bow, which I might do coming across this corner here. Let's use these. I told you I'd find some bigger ones, didn't I? For the second card. Yeah, so it seems that while I'm crafting, I'm moving things around, and then obviously my other little stashes that I've put places sort of comes to light. I did have quite a good craft yesterday. I was playing again with that stained glass, so just finishing up with those. Still got, I think, 2 more to go, because you've got the 2 of each sheet on that one. So yeah, that's what I was doing yesterday. Had a bit of fun with that. And of course the last little bits of the gnomes from the last one. So I'll post all those up. Oops, take that one as well. Oops. So yeah, so I'll put them up as soon as they're done. Sort of having those couple of days off where I didn't end up crafting quite as much as I do normally. Just sometimes you just need to step away a little bit, and it sort of all comes to the forefront, and it sort of gives you a new sort of lease of energy for the craft. Because I love crafting, I do. So, but there are other things I love as well. But I have to be honest, about 95% of my day is thinking about craft, even if I'm not doing it. You can tell these are quite old pads because they're sticking to me. Like I say, that's just because I've had them out in a warm condition for a while, so they can go like that. Okay, so we're going to pop that round about there. I think we'll do these gems next, and then I'll do the bow. I said I was going to go with the mid ones, didn't I? So let's go. What I'll do is do a random little flurry. I like these shimmery ones. These are the Hunkydorys ones. And there. Come on now. Where shall I put you? You out. So the good thing about these is you can move them around a little bit. I think you need to go. That's put down 1, 2, 3, 4. Give this a good press down. And just going to get those there. I think, and that is where I'm going to leave that one. So let's do this ribbon. So let's get my ribbon, my bow maker. What I'm going to do, just can see my card bowing in with a bit, so I'm just going to turn that around so it doesn't dry that way. Okay, so I've got another piece of that ribbon. So I'm crossing them over, going over the back, underneath, pulling it a little bit tight, and then knotting that. I usually just do the one, but you can do the 2 knots if you want to. Oops, sticking to my fingers. And then what I do is just arrange those tails. Nice pair of sharp scissors to give that a bit of a point. Now, I may have a little bit of a problem getting this to, let's see if my reverse tweezers going to be able to get far enough under there to give that. Oops, maybe not. Alright. So, okay, so I'm just going to very gingerly pop that on there. I want that to dry, so that is going along that line, so it looks like it's been sort of tied across the top of it. And that is where I'm going to leave that one there. Obviously it needs an insert inside, so I'll probably put the plain side and then maybe a peel off, or I might use one of the foiled insert pads, which I have been using quite a lot of lately. So these sort of ones, because they're really easy to cut to size. In fact, I will use one. Let's just take that out ready. Have a magical festive season. I think that's nice. Okay, and then all you need to do is, if I pop that out of the way, I won't glue it in, but I'll just show you in case you haven't done this before. So on here we've got the markings for 5 by 7. So all I need to do is line up my cut edge with that mark. I just make sure it's in the centre of my cut. I just follow that all the way around. Really easy. I love these. And there. And there. Oops. There. And what you'll find is they are slightly smaller. If I just carefully pop this up and show the bottom, the back, they are slightly smaller than that space. What I'll do is I'll round the bottom edges before I pop that in, but that is ready to go on there. Love those pads, and it's been the first year that I've really started using them. We've got them every year, like Mum's always got a few. I've had a few in the goodie boxes. I did end up buying one this year as well, because I liked it so much in the silver, because I had a lot of them in the gold and I wanted a birthday one in the silver. But that's it for today. So two lovely purple gnome cards from that members free gift. Remember, if you haven't got yours yet, just make sure you're signed in with them. It doesn't cost you anything to become a member. You just have to put your details in, your email address, and create a password, and then it gives you a little bit of a discount off, even if you're in the States as well. I know it costs a bit more to come out to you, but if there's a couple of things you like or a sale on or whatever, it's worth stocking up. And you can pop the members free gift in your basket for free. Or if you want the deluxe kit like I had, which is this one with the papers, inserts, and the little book and the adorable scorable for $12.99, which is a bargain, that's on there as well. But like I say, you do have to make sure you're signed in as a member. But that's it for today. So I'm going to be back, no bank holiday celebrating for me. I'll be back on Monday, again with these gnomes, these cute gnomes. Let's see which ones I might do next. Let's have a little look in here. I think there's blue ones, and I'm not sure what the other colour is. Let's look. So we've got blue ones or red. So I think we'll leave red till last. Look at him with his little glasses on. Come on, how cute is that? So we'll save the cuteness till last, and we'll have a little play with these very energetic gnomes, ice skating, skiing, and wandering around with snowflakes on sticks. Let's leave them two little ones skiing there. How cute! Yeah, so we'll come back with the blue ones next time, blue gnomes. But until next time, have a great weekend. If you're celebrating the bank holiday, hope you're doing something fun. The weather's really rubbish for us here. it's supposed to pick up and get a bit warmer next week. So probably on Monday I'll be saying, oh, it's too hot in here. You know what I'm like, I'm British. Okay, take care of yourselves and happy crafting. Bye.